The government's policy to utilize the housing sector to play an important role in the acceleration of the economy has been derived from the sector's potential for its socio-economic development, said Chief Executive Officer of the Central Housing and Planning Authority, Mr. Sherwin Greaves, speaking at the opening ceremony for the workshop, which was held at the Guyana Society for the Blind at High Street, Work in Rust, Georgetown. Minister of Housing and Water Colin Crowell, Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, Honorable Unij Walron, Minister within the Ministry of Housing and Water, Suzanne Rodriguez, and Chief Executive Officer of the Central Housing and Planning Authority, CH&PA, Mr. Sherwin Greaves, were all in attendance. The Community-Based Employment Simulation Program, CESP, is the brainchild of His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, and was officially launched in early May 2021 to provide economic opportunities for persons living in the vulnerable communities. Greaves noted that the CH&PA, in support of the creation of employment in Guyana under the CESP, will be focusing on the vulnerable communities where the unemployment rates are high. Statistics show that the unemployment rate for the first quarter of 2020 was 12.8%, he said.
The Central Housing and Planning Authority seeks to support the creation of jobs for persons in vulnerable communities. Statistics shows that the national unemployment rate for the first quarter of 2020 was 12.8%. It is known that vulnerable communities are more susceptible to have higher rates of unemployment.
Ganesh Singh, Program Coordinator, Guyana Council of Organization for Persons with Disabilities, GCOPD, reached out to the Minister within the Ministry of Housing, Suzanne Rodriguez, earlier in 2021, seeking for the ministry to include persons with disabilities in their developmental programs, Rodriguez said. Minister Rodriguez highlighted a number of other government interventions, which has seen scores of differently abled persons receiving house lots over the past year, and the provision of a plot of land for the construction of a new office for GCOPD.
From last year to now, many people living with disability have received their house lot allocations. Then fast forward to May 17 of 2021, when we launched this community employment stimulation project in Tiger Bay. And it was a mere few days later, and I received an email again from Mr. Singh requesting a meeting to discuss this project.
The two-day training will be conducted from Wednesday, September 22nd, for 3 hours each day. Some 12 visually impaired persons from the Guyana Society for the Blind and the Wrongveld Parents Support Group are expected to benefit. The trainees will be educated in the areas of block making, money management, life skills, and job readiness. The CH&PA is also looking to train another 19 persons living with various disabilities in the next month, according to the Minister of Tourism and Commerce, Unij Walron.
Over the next 2 days, staff of the GNDS will be providing training for members of the Guyana Society for the Blind to demonstrate techniques for making blocks that conform to the national standard. It is expected that following this training, manufacturers of concrete hollow blocks who are also members of the Guyana Society for the Blind can begin the process of certifying their product to supply the construction industry.
Minister of Housing Colin Crowell noted that the training will provide a number of economic opportunities and mitigate unemployment levels, even as the COVID-19 pandemic has created more challenges for persons living with disabilities.
This has exacerbated the inequalities within communities and its impact to devastating persons with disabilities too, to those who are unemployed, to women and children, to the elderly, to the indigenous communities and other minorities.
An $875,000 block-making shed donated by the CH&PA was also commissioned at the opening ceremony, and a quantity of equipment handed over, including wheelbarrows and spades. All blocks produced through the CESP program are expected to supply contractors under CH&PA's housing programs. As the demand for construction materials increases, the project will run from 2021 to 2025 at an estimated cost of $20 million. However, $3.9 million have been allotted to pilot the project in 2021. Reporting for HGP Nightly News, Alana Nadir.